Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Moonshrine. It's Atiba here, just checking in. Ooh, I have to take a deep breath because as I was meditating on this collective read, a few things came up that I want to talk to you guys about before we get into the cards. So, in our last session, we uncovered a lot of Pisces energy and also recognizing the shifts that are taking place, not only within ourselves, but on the planet. And so it came to my awareness that we are moving out of the age of Pisces, the Piscean age, and into the age of Aquarius. And so there was so much of that energy showing up last time. And since then, with the solar eclipse, that's the read if you guys want to check it out. There have been so many shifts on the planet itself. And normally I can feel them, and I very rarely get on and share what I'm feeling and maybe what you guys can expect. So I just wanted to do that today. Ascension symptoms. Ooh, they've been very strong. I don't know if you guys have been feeling them, but even the children who are especially sensitive to these energies have been waking up with queasy stomachs, headaches, feeling like their legs are not really sturdy under them. I can say that I've been waking up a lot earlier, just so many downloads, streaming in through my dreams, and even that between space of sleep and wake, just hearing so many messages coming through. And so, you know, some of us are like me. I tend to be rather slim naturally. My body type is rather slim. And when these shifts are happening, I tend to eat to kind of buffer myself, if you will, and ground myself a little bit, because my grandmother used to tease me about how skinny I was, that the wind would take me away like a kite. So as I even say that now, I can tell as I've tapped into my intuition when things are shifting and I'm needing to like hold on for the ride, so I don't go blowing. There was a beautiful breeze outside, but it was rather strong. So we can feel it in the air, and we can feel it in our energetic bodies, which in turn impact our physical bodies and our physical experiences. So I would like to present a new read, a new spread, kind of. I just do these intuitively. We're gonna roll the dice first and see where we are on a scale of 1 to 6. And I say that because 2022, when you add those numbers up, equals a 6. And so as we're ascending to the next frequency, the next vibration, the next level in our collective lives, I'd like to see where we are. And the other indicator that we have is going to be what percentage we are from one level to the next. So let's roll the dice and I'll explain. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Most High Universe, for your constant love and protection. Thank you for your guidance and your support along the way. I pray that everyone is doing well and that you guys remember that you're ever connected. And I'd like this to represent the collective energies on where we are. Views from the sixth dimension, views from the sixth. Where are we in this current moment, and how close are we to the next dimension? We are on, collectively, the fourth dimension. That is beautiful. Yo, I'm gonna just take a second and acknowledge myself and all of us as a collective for raising our frequency and our vibration to the fourth dimension, because it has been so challenging pushing through the 3D density and resistance to raise our frequency even up a notch. That is really good progress. And we are about 70% of the way complete with our experience on the fourth dimension, which means we only have 30% left before we reach fifth dimensional vibration collectively. Now, I say that to say, although that 30% is a nice benchmark, it's not too far, we have to understand that it's up to us to push through and allow the resistance to fall away so that we can rise to the fifth dimension, okay? We'll see how that's gonna look for us. We can also look up angel number 470, okay? So collectively, I'd like to start with what zodiac signs and houses, planets are directly connected to this shift. I'm definitely going to go into some zodiac reads through the elements, okay? Ain't nobody got time to be doing 12 readings every day or every week. Not right now. I love y'all, but we're going to collectively work through this as an elemental group. And then, as we all have the capacity to sit around and talk this stuff through more individually, then we will. If you guys want a personal reading, you can always check out my website. Those are available. Even when you don't see me on camera, I'm always doing the work. So if you need me, I'm here, okay? Fifth house, passion. Eighth house, intimacy. And Capricorn, the boss. So Mars is at the bottom with action, and we have North Node with destiny. So we are being acknowledged for the action that we have taken so far, just through that sheer willpower, and sometimes even through anger. Okay, we have this Mars energy here, fire sign. That would be Aries. Okay, so I just heard the Martians are coming together, and we have passion here with us really tapping into what gets us spinning. Okay, what really gets us going, what gets our engine revved up, you know, what are those scents and flavors and colors that really ignite you. Okay, so this could be where you are currently, really sorting those things out, or where you're coming out of, which has brought you up a notch to that fourth dimension. With this being a 5 here, I'm also getting that spark of creativity and passion and pleasure, really shifting to that vibration is what's going to help us to cross that threshold to the 5th dimension. Okay, we have the number 5 here. It's going to be a celebration when we get there. All right, we have 8th house with intimacy, and this is really all about the intensity. Yeah, the tongue twisting, you know, Kundalini type coiled up energy. We have the 8 here. Really us tapping into what we're investing in and what it is we're giving that intimate energy to. Okay, and as we do that, we're recognizing that it's time to get serious about where our attraction point really is. Okay, being realistic in this moment as we venture forth to that 5th dimension and allow the infinite love of the universe to support us. We're using our wisdom here. And even in that majestic nature, we are competent and we're clear on what we're doing. There's a certain level of awareness that we are pushing this thing forward like the boss, like the GOAT. We came here to do some amazing work, guys, and we're doing it. So let's keep on moving. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, so welcome back, guys. Do you notice anything different? Yep, the views are changing, and overnight too. At first, they may seem ever so slight, but even a small change in frequency can make it feel just right, until you realize that the door is right within your reach. A slight change in perspective is all you really need. But there were 2 doors from which to choose. This is true, but being in the best feeling version of you made it so that you cannot lose. Your energetic attraction point will always choose for you. All right, guys, you got this. So now I want to go into reading the angel number that we got from rolling the dice. 470 resonates with the vibrations of working diligently towards your personal spiritual awakening and awareness with faith, trust, passion, and purpose. It is a message of support and encouragement from the angelic and spiritual realms. They applaud and celebrate the choices you have made and the excellent work you have been doing. The efforts you've made towards living a good life and devoting yourself to your spiritual truths and practices have held you in good stead in your life. Good stead in your life, excuse me. You are exactly where you are meant to be and are urged to continue doing such a great job. I was just saying this. You are benefiting yourself and those around you with your practices. So high five, guys, as I was just saying. Let's get into this read. Now, I have the questions that Spirit would like us to reflect on in the now. During our last reading, we uncovered that we are in the energy of exploring this new world. There was a man on the card with a monocular, right? So it's the binocular split in half, right? And what that indicated for me as I meditated further on this reading is that we are turning the lens on our third eye, that one eye, right? So that we can see things clearer, so that we can zoom in. We can also zoom out a little bit and see the perspective from a higher realm, all right? And so this is going to help us to further discover our creativity, how to move into a space of flow and simplicity, and also love. So we are coming out of this space of sentimentality, that bittersweet feeling we talked about last time. We are refining our vision and allowing that sense of despondence to be revealed to us so that we can unpack it, we can be brave and honest about how we're feeling as we move forward, and we can start to create a new dialogue with the universe itself, and that begins within our own being. So let's tap in and see what the current collective is seeing in our fields of vision, okay? So we acknowledge that we're at the 4D level and we're about 70% of the way through that threshold, okay? The 4D hallway is rather long. So if you feel like you've been on this journey for a while, that's why. Traveling from 3D to 4D is like a hallway or a holding cell of some sort. As I say that, my beautiful daughter walks through the hallway into this very door that I'm sitting at right now. So all the starts and stops that we've experienced along the way is reflective in how this reading has unfolded so far. So let's see if we can get some more messages. What is the collective currently seeing in our fields of vision from a 4D level? What's in our view? The Emperor, wow, and the 9 of Cups. Oh my gosh, yes. We have this inner knowing, this childlike sense of knowing, right? That we are right there. We're almost there. We have the 8 of Pentacles here at the bottom. We know that our ships have come in, that they're at the dock and they're waiting for us. And we just have a little bit more work to do, right? Put in just a little bit more work. Shake that money maker. That's what I was hearing before I started, right? So we have this musical instrument here with the 8 of Pentacles, reminding us to shake that money maker, all right? Get a little pep in your step as you prepare to cross this threshold, all right? That's really exciting. So we have the Emperor here. And if this isn't some boss-like energy, I don't know. It was that definite Aries fire sign vibe, stepping through that threshold, like the bosses that we are. All right, this emperor is the king of all kings. All right, it's got that sword of truth and that ferocity, but also the gentility of the lion. Okay, the emperor is balanced as a being and completely aware of all of the circumstances within its control, right? So that one can persevere and maintain that kingly air, okay? This is beautiful. We can see our crown right there. We have the 9 of Cups, wishes coming true, okay? This is literally us, like I said before in the last reading, maturing in a spiritual sense. We've gone from this childlike way, you know, still staying in tune with our innocent connection with the divine, and also maturing in that, growing up in that, and allowing our wishes to come true through our passionate, emotional point of attraction. Okay, this is awesome sauce. So that passion, that intimacy that we have here within ourselves and with the divine. So we're going to leave the Page of Cups here at the bottom. We know we have a little bit more work to do, so that's what we're going to look at. Yeah, let's put the 8 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups here as what we're seeing in our current field of vision. We see the work that is ahead of us, and we are also clear that we are connected. We have that beautiful parent-child relationship somewhat with the divine, that they are working hard on our behalf to help us manifest all of our greatest desires and wishes with this 9 of Cups. Awesome. So let's get into what we had been seeing. So what are we walking away from? Okay. We know that there's work ahead of us. Let's just acknowledge it real quick. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back for those 8 pentacles that we've acquired through this long 4D hallway. What were we seeing? What were we going through? What was in our scope of awareness? We have the 3 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. We had been seeing ourselves. We had been observing ourselves, watering and tending to our garden. All right. We have been watching a lot of things that we planted, a lot of seeds that we planted, you know, take a long time to come to fruition. We had to be really patient. And it felt like we were waiting forever to see these things sprout up from the ground. Okay. Just how long is this going to take, you know? And what we also had been seeing is the Wheel of Fortune here. We've been seeing the wheel turn on other people's behalf during that process. We've been seeing other people, you know, sprout all of these beautiful things in their garden. And here we are, you know, having to start again, cut things out, and, you know, spin the wheel one more time and see if we get another go round at this, you know? And so between that 3 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles, I'm sure a lot of us have felt left out in the cold because it's the 5 of Pentacles between that. We felt abandoned in some ways. We're like, Spirit, what is going on? Who really got our back? Where is this wheel actually turning, and when is it going to stop? You know, we've seen ourselves have to kind of end cycles in our own lives to allow room for things to grow. And so that's been a long and tedious process. what had been blocking our perspective? Just so that we're clear and we never go back to those ways of being. What had been blocking our perspective? Okay, got these jumpers here in this one. Okay. So what had been blocking our perspective is kind of just sitting there watching the clock and continuously counting the pentacles that we have gotten. Yeah, instead of focusing on the Nine of Cups, instead of focusing on the ship and its impending arrival, we've been counting the days and counting the hours, counting the seconds of all the stuff that we've been going through, okay? So let's unpack this here. We have that what had been blocking our perspective is our own strength sometimes, really comparing ourselves to the world and juggling between our spirituality and the matrix, okay? So with the strength card, we had been really trying to use force. So the 8 is the Leo card, the strength card, which is represented in this Emperor, right? So in our lower frequency, in our 3D frequency, we were trying to wrangle the beast, you know, and exert force over our lives, improve our strength. And in some cases we needed to do that, but that was blocking our perspective from the true reality, which is that we sit on the throne and allow the universe to move all obstacles out of our way, right? The boss delegates for things to be done on their behalf rather than having to necessarily get their hands dirty, right? So because we are the emperor in training, or were the emperor in training, we were willing to get on the battlefield and exert some level of control over the circumstances, thinking that that was putting us in this energy of the boss. But because our perspective was blocked by this illusion that the world has given us, we were confused, right? We were trying to do the same 3D things in the 4D hallway, and it didn't work. It wasn't ever meant to work because we were supposed to be changing the world, not accommodating it and fitting into it, okay? And so that overexertion of strength and trying to control all the different elements from an egoic place was blocking our perspective, okay? And also this juggling act, right? Really not having two nickels to rub together, but still trying to, you know, manifest from a place of exhaustion and only being half full, if you will, from a half empty tank. That's what we were doing, and it was blocking our perspective. All right. And finally, what was blocking our perspective is that we thought someone else was the magician in our lives. We thought that someone else had the keys for us until we got through this, 3D threshold into the 4D hallway and started to realize, like, oh, wait, no, I'm the magician, And so, we were kind of blocking ourselves, if you will, because our ego was here operating like this instead of manifesting like the magician. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. This is very beautiful, very clearing, very healing for us to understand the ways in which we blocked our own progress so that we can, as I said before, push through and allow for the resistance to fall away. All right. It's really using a different level of strength. So finally, let's pull from here. What resistance had we been holding on to regarding seeing the bigger picture? The facade is back. We were holding on to the facade. We were holding on to the illusion instead of holding on to joy. The bigger picture has always been our joy. It's always been our own willpower, our own manifestations of light, high vibrational energy in our lives. It's always been us. We're the ones that create that flow of energy in our lives. And what had been blocking us is the facade. You know, we weren't necessarily seeing things clearly because either we were taught one perspective of the world, and so we went with that, or, you know, maybe some of us were at a place of arrested development and staying stuck in our childlike self, right? Staying stuck in our childlike self rather than actually growing up and evolving on our own, okay? And so now that we realize that we are the magician and that we don't need to exert this false sense of control and power over the universe, but that we should work with it in divine time and divine order to be balanced rather than to create the balancing act. So we are recovering from that. And here we have enlightenment is back. So last week, I actually did a reading for you guys, but it came out sounding like the birds chirping. You couldn't even understand it. And these two cards showed up. We were really, Spirit was talking to me, I guess, about releasing the facade to embrace our enlightenment, okay? Really embracing that fire within that lights the path for us, rather than walking on these illusory clouds of protection that the matrix had provided us, okay? So we are recovering from that spiritually. We are calling back our power and realizing there's a key in there, that we have the key. We're the ones that create the keys that unlock the doors for us to continue walking through this threshold. We have so much solar plexus energy here. So the reality is that we were blocked in our solar plexus chakra. We were so stuck in the illusion and the facade that it was blocking us from experiencing joy, which is the pathway to enlightenment. Give thanks. So now that we have clarified our missteps and stumbles along the way, what are we now able to see in our field of vision? Right now, as we speak, what are we seeing? We're seeing that we can choose a different costume. We can put on a different garment, like the emperor here. We can choose to upgrade our wardrobe, right? You can wear this air of confidence. You can wear this air of joy. You can wear the air of enlightenment in all the colors that you choose and the vibrancy that you allow to emanate from your being. We're also seeing that we've got choices. We've got plenty delicious choices. Look, the beautiful background here is yellow. So our willpower is manifesting all these amazing, delicious, luxurious choices for us to choose from. And that once we release those old ways of being that block us from enjoying this, enjoying all of these amazing choice points that we get to have along the journey, we can actually release this feeling of drowning, you know? We don't have to feel that way. It really is a choice point for us. We can see the beauty in it. We can see all the colors reflected in the earthly realm that we know exists on a spiritual realm from that place of enlightenment. That's great. So let's see, what perspective is being called into view for us? So we have the Page of Cups here, which reminds us to stay connected to our intuition, stay connected to our emotions, allow that innocent, childlike, joyful, wondrous, curious vibration to lead us forward. As we recover from this and, you know, glow up, if you will, what perspectives are being called into view? What things do we need to look at? What is calling our attention as we progress? Here we go. So, write a gratitude list is at the bottom. Stay in a space of gratitude. We're being called to look at how grateful are we? Our level of gratitude is being called into view. It's being called into question. So write it down. So everyone, the ancestors, you, the divine knows what it is that you're grateful for. All right. And also abundance planning. Okay. What it is that you want. Let the divine know. What is it that you're grateful for and what is it that you want? Write the vision and make it plain. Okay. You can manifest this from your point of attraction, space of gratitude, space of joy and peace. Okay. And as you manifest, what do you want to do with it? Where do you want it to go? What things do you want to invest in for yourself and for the people around you? Okay. Really meditate on these things and allow them to pull you forward into the right frequency. Okay. So what's also being called into view is our vision, right? Write the vision and make it plain. We have make a vision board here. Go ahead and write it out, draw it out, get some representations of what you would like for your life to look like, okay? Change that frequency to one of gratitude and peace and looking forward to the future, planning for your future, okay? And we have kick back, watch a movie, find something that makes you feel good, all right? Find something that represents who you'd like to be and see it play out for you, okay? Allow it to be a part of your visualization so that you can hold that in your mind's eye and bring it closer to you, all right? You can allow that to be a time of rest and recuperation and recovery for you to just sit back and watch something entertaining. And that's also helping to, you know, create a new storyline for your life. We talked about that in the last reading, okay? So as we grow up a bit and the colors of our hair may change and the ways that we express ourselves are different, we are ultimately, right, as we work through all of that spiritual and emotional stuff and we make the vision plain and we lay it all out there and see we have this light yellow, then we vibrate even higher to now wearing that yellow, wearing that enlightenment as our hair color, right? Yes, letting it flow. It's beautiful. And so what is calling our attention as we progress is to be creative, all right? To keep a close eye on your health on all levels, and to sing your heart out as you are, again, allowing the colors of your hair to change and your crown is being upgraded. All right, and you're switching up the wardrobe, you're figuring out, yeah, see, they go from wearing black here. All right, the crown chakra is being worked on, it's being molded. And we have this willpower and confidence, you know, still kicking back, and your void space is doing whatever you got to do in that hallway until it's time for you to walk through that threshold, right? And then once you feel this vibration where your hair is all the colors, you've experienced all of the emotions and spiritual tuning, and you've gotten your wardrobe, you're feeling good, you're loving on yourself and really singing from your heart, then you can actually live that out, okay? And maintain that, okay? We have here a health checkup. So as we're maturing, we're making sure that we are maintaining a certain level of health and vitality, and we're keeping a close eye on that. We're checking in with ourselves, and we're making sure that we're staying here. We're staying in this vibration, okay? See how she has her back turned to that health checkup? She's like, no, I'm good, all right? Anytime that we do need to turn our attention towards our health, we know how to do that because we're listening to ourselves, okay? We have that cloak of unconditional love here, all right? And that emotional support from the divine to help us through any situations that we need to get back to 100%, all right? Yes. And we have here, create art. Art is so healing, okay? Take this time that you have in the 4D hallway before things, you know, get even more exciting, right? Create some beautiful art. Take some action around your own mental health and well-being by slowing down and creating something with your hands, okay? Something tangible that reminds you that you are here, you're a creator, and that even if you're in that 4D hallway, that you're still always in a space of creation, all right? And that's why we have to keep our point of attraction calm and clear, because we're always creating, no matter what. Thank you, Spirit. So now, what do the angels and ancestors have to say? What perspectives, let's say views from the 6, are we striving towards? What views are we striving towards? Taking charge with authority. We have guardian angel, you are not alone. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. And dream and journey. Play the tune of your own drum, okay? Sing along to that song in your heart, right? We have dream and journey here. We're playing the drum. We have lots of musical influences here, okay? And we also have this, keep working on your dream, right? Keep playing that song that you can sing along to, right? The Most High Universe got the beat for you. They got the 808, they got the drum line for you, okay? You go ahead and add that melody, you add those bridges, add the chorus, make it something that you would love to sing along and dance to, because the Most High Universe is singing along and dancing through you, okay? This is awesome sauce. I love it. Dream and journey, sing that song, keep working at it. You got this. You are not alone. I just said this. The Most High Universe is surrounding us. Where are you, card? Where is it? Oh, yeah. They're surrounding us with that emotional support. Okay? You're not alone. They're doing this with us. I just said this. They are really enjoying the beautiful music and art that we're creating. Okay? So track down your fears and desires. Make that vision board. All right? track down whatever it is that you're concerned about health-wise. Whichever aspect of your health is concerning to you, track down those fears and put out the energy of what it is that you desire. Okay, what do you want to see as the outcome of these situations? As we're always creating, we're always rewriting the story, we're always making that vision plain, and we are able to take charge and authority over how we're feeling. Okay, if we allow ourselves to stay in the space of fear, then that is a choice, right? You can track those things down and flip them, turn them into that 9 of cups. Let that fear fuel you, let it power you up, and aim right at it, because it's really not as scary as you think. It's not as big as you think, and your desires and your manifestation power is so much bigger than your fear. Okay, so we have take charge with authority. Create the art of your life. Take charge of that creative process, that co-creative process. The universe is allowing you that dominion and power from a high vibrational place, right? Not from the egoic place, taking charge and authority, but doing it from a place of masterful creation of art. Thank you so much for beautiful messages. So let us move to our final oracle message. What does Isis have to say to us to tie this up? This has been beautiful. I can't wait to do these. Oh, Spirit also told me that I should offer this reading to you guys between now and the new year, actually. It could be a gift to yourself or to someone you love, someone that you'd like to see make a big change in 2022. And also, don't forget that for every referral that books a session with me, you get a free 30-minute session. So it's a win-win-win, no matter what, because all we do is win-win-win no matter what. Okay. So make sure you get yours and one for your loved ones. Go ahead and share the wealth, share the love, because you can combine those referrals to have a longer session with me. You can split them up so that we can check in over the time. You'll have some free readings stored up for yourself for whenever you need it. So go ahead and check out my website. That will be in the description box below, but it is bit.ly/MoonshrineDelight. And with that, let's get our final message. Oh, did it just jump out? Thank you, Spirit. I love you. So we have deep soul healing with the goddess, soul retrieval. Like I was saying, calling back your power, retrieving all those aspects of your soul that may have been fragmented or lost throughout the process. We are now in a space of deep soul healing with the goddess. And our message is Cartouche, again, divine names of power. So this is definitely an upgrade card. I'm going to read the whole thing this time, because last time I just read the beginning, and now that it's back, I think we should honor the complete message. Let's see. Cartouche. Divine names of power. Lady Isis initiates you now into her special mysteries, the use of sacred intonations. The words that you speak are rapidly gaining power. To benefit from this power, rather than be undermined or held back by it, practice thoughtful speech and clear your heart of old unforgiveness, which can poison your words unintentionally. As your heart grows in purity, you will be able to speak with spiritual authority, and what you speak will come into being more swiftly and obviously. Isis is initiating you as a master healer in her sacred tradition of divine names of power. You are being initiated into the divine healing tradition of Isis herself. Isis works through divine names of power. These are sacred words of strength, magic, and power to create healing from a place of compassion and devotion to love. She honors that which is worthy of protection and uses endless determination combined with her skill of speaking words of power to cause life to thrive, and that which is not worthy of cultivation, which would not serve life, to dissipate and decline. Divine names of power are the mantras, sounds, and names of the divine in all traditions. Isis will bring you her name to begin, offered to you as a sacred gift, to be worked with as a mantra of protection, of feminine grace and divinity, and healing. You can use her name as she instructs you to do so in the ritual offered. A word, phrase, or mantra that is given through initiation is like a light bulb that has been plugged into a lamp. The initiation switches the power on, and the use of the word by the initiate is like the lamp shining its light. If you've been interested in using your voice in some way for writing, singing, healing, speaking, or becoming a spokesperson for a particular cause that resonates with your heart, this Oracle of Cartouche brings guidance that Lady Isis honors your desire, encourages you to explore, and shall protect your process. The Oracle of the Cartouche reminds you that invoking the power of speech and word for your strength, protection, and spiritual growth will work effectively for you. Sometimes thinking and saying no is the most powerful word you can say to honor your personal choice and to create a safe boundary for yourself. Sometimes affirming in thought and speech, I choose to see the divine within this person, place, or situation, is another way to cut through drama and use the power of word in thought and spoken expression to create powerful healing. Choose to use your words with wisdom and pure intention, keeping in mind that with more power comes more karmic responsibility, and therefore always surrendering to the greater good in unconditional love is a good idea. With this approach, your gift will grow strong, and its effect, intentional and unintentional, will be spiritually clean and helpful as possible. You will become a great force of love, peace, and power on this planet. The Oracle also suggests that you discern the effect upon you of the company that you're keeping energetically and physically. Sometimes the thoughts and words of others, their vibration, can enhance you or leave you feeling depleted and drained. If you're drawn into negative speaking in order to bond or fit in with others, you're asked if it's worth it for the effect it has on your own vibration. You can use words of power to cleanse your cords or any contracts that would lower your vibration into a fearful place in order to come back to love, to help you stay true to yourself, and perhaps even inspire others to think or speak more positively when they are around you, not from a position of judgment of another's choices, but from a position of wisdom, realizing the effects of such choices. With that, I love you guys so much. You got this.